guys, welcome to our 10-minute Tuesdays. So every Tuesday at approximately 10:10, we come live to you to talk to you about what's going on in the industry, answer some questions, whatever we can do to help. And we are live on both the pages. We are live on our Mousebound Vacations page and also on our Dreambound Vacations page. So same company, just a different focus for each brand. So Mousebound Vacations is our Disney and Universal focused page that's where you'll find that content, and Dreambound Vacations is for everything else. Think of your fun in the sun, your cruises, your all-inclusives, any other kind of international travel would be found at Dreambound. So can't wait to talk to you guys about something that's been very big in the industry. But before we start, I just want full disclosure that I should be on a cruise right now, but instead I decided to wait 2 years to get COVID right 3 days before we were supposed to leave for a cruise. So instead, I'm living the PJ life and, fighting through. So it's crazy times. But the thing I wanted to talk about today with you is the airline mess, because it is absolutely a mess. And there's a bunch of reasons why, and I wanted to go through them with you, but I also don't want to take a lot of your time for 10-minute Tuesdays. So the first thing to remember is that if you can drive somewhere, even though gas prices are, there's no words to explain gas prices, but even with gas prices as high as they are, if you can drive, you want to drive, because the airlines are struggling big time. And I've got a list, so I want to make sure I go over it. First thing is, if you are choosing to fly, make sure that you've downloaded the app for whatever airline you are flying, because that is where you're going to get the most up-to-date information and be able to do all sorts of things, from adding seats and luggage if need be, or just book Southwest like we always recommend, so that you get those 2 free bags. Just make sure that you're doing all those things through the app or the website if need be. The next thing is fly early. If you have a wedding to go to in a destination, you want to get there at least 1 day before. And that is just to make sure that you are actually getting there, because these flights are getting canceled like crazy, and we want you to show up. If you are going on a cruise, we suggest a minimum of 1 day. If you are flying somewhere to travel internationally, we're saying 3 days early. That's how many of these flights are getting canceled. So if you have a European cruise, we are advising all of our clients to fly in 3 days before that cruise sails. Another thing, and this is just a trick of the trade, book the early morning flight. Yes, it may mean that you have to get up and be at the airport by 4 a.m. It's okay, because the reason you want that early morning flight is not only are fewer flights canceled in the morning, because typically the plane is already there, the crew is already there, but also if for some reason that flight is canceled, you have the rest of that day to get put onto a different flight. So do those early morning flights. As terrible as that alarm going off is, it's better than missing your flight. The other thing, it used to be you could be absolutely fine with a layover of an hour, 30 minutes I've done before. No more. 2-hour layover minimum. And the reason for that is because chances are your plane is going to be delayed from your originating flight, and you want to make sure that you have time to connect and to get to that next flight. So 2-hour minimum with those connecting flights. So you're going to need those long layovers. Another thing is it's summer, and thunderstorms will shut down an airport. And since a lot of our clients are either sailing or flying into or out of a destination in a southern state, usually Florida, then you know that those airports get hit hard by those thunderstorms. So that's nothing new in 2022, but just something else to be aware of. And your flight attendants, they are short-staffed, they are overworked. Show them kindness, because they're dealing with all these same frustrations as you are, and the kinder you are to them, it just makes their day a little better. And so please show them that kindness. Also, it's not their fault if they time out. What does a timeout mean? They are only allowed to be on board for a certain number of hours, depending on their contract. And after that, they are not allowed to fly. So that is happening to pilots, to flight crews, to ground crews. All of those workers are timing out because of these short staffing. I mean, COVID is amping up again, and so it's really affecting that. Think how it affects, air traffic controllers and all pieces of, that flight travel experience. So if your flight is delayed, just show grace and kindness to those airline staff, because they're not going to work hard for you if you're mean to them. But if you show them grace and kindness, then they'll bend over backwards to help get you on that next flight. So the nicer you are, the nicer experience you're going to have as well. Just remember to, if you are having a long layover or a delayed flight, that you can be denied boarding if you are intoxicated. So watch those alcoholic beverages, those adult beverages that you might be partaking in, especially if you're frustrated, because you do not want to be denied boarding because of intoxication. And then our final word of advice, and we'll cover this on later calls as well, but travel protection. You absolutely want travel protection to help you in cases like this. Not only does it give us another source to help get you on a different flight, because then we have more eyes, we can reach out to those suppliers to help us help you, but it also helps you. It gets you, some of those policies have trip cancellation, they have trip interruption cover, lost luggage, even coverage in some companies for just longer delayed flights. So absolutely, get that travel protection no matter where you're going. Even if you haven't booked that trip through us, if you go to mouseboundvacations.com or dreamboundvacations.com, we even have a place on our website where you can just purchase it directly. And you just go on our website, hit travel protection, and you can find the trip protection policy that works best for you in your situation. But always use travel protection. So not as cheery of an update as we usually like, but we really want to be honest with you and let you know what's really going on in the industry and see what we can do to help you have an easy time. And like I said, if you can, drive. So we will see you next week. If you have any ideas on topics that you would like us to cover, just send that to an email at melissa@mouseboundvacations.com or melissa@dreamboundvacations.com. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.